When did I meet Jodie? I don't know what year it was. About 2009? 2010? 2010. I've just been told it's 2010. Oops. Sorry. I attended a weekend program called the Quest for Truth. It's now actually called the WTF Experience with 𝗲𝗄𝗍. And it was August 2010. Many times I've been to the Quest for Truth, and every time it's just so amazingly different. It's this has been an amazing experience this weekend. Just, I don't know.
Yes, I know why it was an amazing weekend. It's because you met me.
Maybe that was it. Well, what was even more surprising was 6 months later we actually got together, and considering we were both the first time same-sex couple, that certainly was a very big surprise for all of us and all our friends and family.
It certainly was. I guess because of the circumstances, it's really no coincidence that house sitting became part of our lives so early in our relationship. We took care of little Jack the Jack Russell in Torella for 5 weeks. And then, of course, looking after that beautiful apartment in Manly. It was pretty awesome.
That was an amazing time. As fun as house sitting was in Sydney, we didn't actually really make that segue into realising that we could go internationally and house sit.
Yeah, that's right. But what we had established in, coming together and getting to know each other was that we were actually kindred spirits. Like, we actually loved the same things, the freedom, the travel, the lifestyle, the experiencing new things, but not being tied down.
But you're right, we had done a lot of those things before we'd even got together. We'd had a whole life of travel and different experiences.
And the only reason we hadn't taken off to do this so far is we just didn't have the money. So we started looking at anything to get us out of Sydney.
Yep, we even applied for the Amazing Race Australia.
Hi guys, I'm Nat. Hi, I'm Jodie. I'm 42 years old, have a background in the Federal Police, and I now travel to Dubai to train the police over there and also do some role playing with the military here in Australia. And I'm 40 Wonderful. I have a career that has spanned through hospitality and tourism, but more recently been involved in internet marketing and video marketing and all fun stuff online. We've got a big connection as well. First time I actually went to her house and saw she had all these maps all over the walls. I was like, oh my god, she loves maps and geography as much as I do. We're clones. Oh my god. But she's cute. You can stay.
Well, we didn't have any time to be disappointed about not getting anywhere with the Amazing Race Australia because completely out of the blue, Nat got offered a full-time job in Dubai.
Yeah, I did. So we said goodbye to Sydney and we headed off to the promised land.
Oh yes, and got into the Dubai life really quickly, and we were so 100% ready to make a ton of money.
Yep, we were going to get rid of those credit card debts, finally. And no, we didn't have to wear these all the time. We were just playing dress-ups at the time, having a bit of fun.
But while Nat had a residency visa to be in Dubai, I didn't. And surprisingly, a very enticing offer came across the table.
Yeah, a serial entrepreneur wanted to be a silent partner with us in starting a company in Media City. And Media City just happens to be one of the most expensive areas to set up a company.
Yeah, well, we didn't quite know that at the time. But anyway, we said yes, of course. We were so excited. And Nat quit her job only after 3 months to come and join the new company because it was just so cool.
But unfortunately, as many clients as we had, they just wouldn't pay on time. And yet we still had, of course, to pay all our overheads on time. So then our partner decided that he needed to be brought out of the directorship, and that was causing us all sorts of issues.
Look, at the end of the day, there was actually a bit of conflict involved, but the end story is that we were left with all the monthly expenses, which we could barely afford with the exorbitant office rent and service fees of Media City.
So, in a state of desperation, and we certainly were in that at the time, we put out a call for help to our beloved friends and family.
Hello, family and friends. Hey everyone, how are you? Yeah, and it is about showing up. This is a very uncomfortable place in some ways for us, and a very vulnerable place. But here we are showing up, and we felt to do it, so we're going with it. Yeah.
Can you believe that almost after 12 months since recording our Amazing Race video, here we were recording a plea for help all the way from Dubai back to Australia?
Yep. We were. But we were so very blessed. With the help of our loved ones, we were actually able to get through our sea of mounting debt at the time. It was some scary times, and we actually started all over again.
Yeah, starting all over again also meant that we still had to wait out a full year of our trade license before we were even able to cancel our residency visas. So we were literally sort of forced into keeping looking at all of our options.
Yeah. So we tried finding new investors, offering visas to other expats, you name it, we tried it. We spent a whole bunch of energy on dead-end paths for months and months until we discovered the Apple newsstand.
Hi, I'm Nat.
Hi, I'm Jodie, and we're the publishers of 𝗍𝗲𝗍 magazine. Welcome to the compassion issue of 𝗍𝗲𝗍 magazine.
What a relief after last month.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to 𝗍𝗲𝗍 and a very hearty welcome to 𝗍𝗶𝗁 𝗍𝗂𝗋, our intuitive goddess and resident writer and stargazer of 𝗍𝗲𝗍. Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to be part of 𝗍𝗲𝗍 magazine. It's wonderful.
Next, we did something that seemed absolutely crazy. With nothing but a credit card in hand, we followed our intuition, put aside our fear of lack, and said yes to attend a conference in London, which just happened to be on the same day that our magazine launched on the Apple iPad. Now there's a sign for you.
Good to see you.
It's an absolute pleasure to be able to interview and meet and get to know Marie O'Riordan, who's flown over from Dublin to London, and we've flown over from Dubai to London, and I think we're both crazy because it's freezing.
And what a totally life-changing decision that proved to be. Following the event in London, and despite the cold, even though we weren't used to it after Dubai, we headed to Glastonbury, the Earth's heart chakra, for our very own ancient, hand-fasting spiritual wedding.
And the date was the auspicious 21st of December 2012, which just happens to be winter solstice. So up at the Glastonbury Tor, which is actually the point of the Earth's heart chakra, it was absolutely packed. So thankfully we had taken a video a couple of days before when the sun was shining. Hello from Glastonbury Tor.
Hello, here we are, up the top.
Up the top.
Yeah.
The sun's getting quite low already. It's probably only about 1 o'clock or 1:30. But seeing as sunset is at 3:53 p.m, because we're only 2 days off winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. There's no way we could have come this far and not gone to Europe. Nat had never been there before. So then it was Christmas in Holland with our Dutch and Aussie friends, and a European highlights trip on the train before we had New Year's Eve in Paris.
And the next day, bleary-eyed on the 1st of January 2013, on a high-speed train bound for Rome, Jodie got online and registered with trusted house sitters.
It was life-changing as well. It was like the decision was finally made. We were now going to be able to leave Dubai as soon as we could cancel our residency visas, and this meant that our last couple of days in Europe could be spent enjoying Greece.
Well, here we are in the Greek islands. The Greek islands! This is amazing. We just woke up to the Greek islands.
Oh, isn't she cute? I think Nat was just a little bit excited about leaving Dubai and coming back to Europe as a house sitter.
Just a little bit. But back in Dubai, there was tons to be done in the 6 weeks before we could leave the UAE, and that included some massive downsizing.
Does it, Elmo? It does. It sure does. Okay, this is Maverick, and this is Elmo, of course. And they are going to come and live with you. They're going to get on a boat and travel all the way across the world to come and live with April and Kaylin Burnham.
Yep.
So we're here saying goodbye to them for the last time. Big cuddles. And every single move that we make, we get rid of more stuff.
We started with 11 boxes to Dubai, and we ended up with 2 bags each.
And we're now down to 1 bag and 1 backpack.
We've done pretty well. That's pretty good going.
So in summary of our story, which is really what we wanted to share with you in this video, the main thing is that we hear a lot of people's examples of where they get started with their travelling. They sell all their stuff or they save money for a long time and then they hit the road. Well, we didn't have that experience.
That wasn't our story at all. In fact, we had the complete opposite story. We were basically forced into house sitting because we were completely wiped out in Dubai. by the business stuff that happened and having to pay back all those debts. Because one thing we forgot to mention is that they have debt jails in the UAE, and so you don't go to court, civil court, and nut it out and work out a payment plan type thing. You go to jail for 30 days, and then they ask you questions. So they're pretty serious.
They are pretty serious, and I think what was going on for us at the time, we were a lot of our judgment was so just completely clouded by these expectations, these rules, these regulations, and we were just too far in our heads and too far in our logic at all times, and yet screaming out to us was our heart saying, get on the road and go travelling, that's what you're meant to do.
Get out of here.
Even when just putting together this video piece for you here, we realised, wow, when we first met, we had an instant connection over geography, travel, freedom, house sitting. We were house sitting within the first month of actually seeing each other. It was just crazy. So
all the signs were there.
All the signs were there. I mean, the universal picture of it all is that we were meant to be doing what we are doing right now. Perhaps we're a bit slow though. It took us a while to wake up to that.
We're over 40. What forced us into house sitting and travelling around the world now to live the life we love. We didn't have any money, and I guess in that way the biggest failure was actually our greatest success.
I'm glad we lost everything in Dubai.
It's funny how something can be sitting right under your nose and not even see it as a business opportunity. It was house sitting everyone wanted to know about. As soon as I knew we were international house sitters and travelling around the world house sitting, people were just like, are you kidding? Like, you're doing what? Like, what is this? You've got, what website are you on? And they wanted to follow our travels more than anything, but it was so in front of our noses the whole time we didn't even see it. It took so many people. In fact, it took one final girl at the door in London who knocked on the door for the RSPCA, just told her, and she's like totally stoked, and she's like, oh my god, you've changed my entire life. Right, okay, we've really got to look at this. We're changing people's lives left, right and centre, talking about house sitting. What's going on here?
Which has been the easiest thing in our life in the last 3 years.
It's just totally flowed. Okay, well maybe we should set up a website, and so we did that. We've already got one digital magazine. Let's start another one because we love doing digital magazines and publishing. Like, we love doing video, so we started the video challenge, and we have some funny stories of stuff that happens on house sits. And of course other people's stories. There's lots of people house sitting around the world and having some awesome experiences. So we really want to share those with you in our various mediums, and how you can do it too, whether it be full-time like us, or you just choose to do it part-time as a holiday or a staycation experience or whatever. Like, there's so many different options of things you can experience.
Exactly. Enjoy.
Absolutely. We'll catch you in other videos.
Bye-bye.